Greetings, I'm Professor K, and in this short video presentation we're going to take a look at how we go about creating a virtual install of Windows 10 Pro using VirtualBox. And to begin this process, I have my VirtualBox Management Console opened up, and I'm going to go to Machine. I'm going to click on New, and from here I'm going to pull down the Windows version and select Windows 10. I'll be using Windows 10 64-bit, and I need to give it a user-friendly name, so I'm just going to call this virtual machine Windows 10 Pro. At this point of the installation, you can also select where you would like to save this virtual disk that you're about to create. I can also adjust the memory if I so desire, so I'm going to go ahead and boost this up to 4. And now I'm just going to click on where it says Create. On this next page, you can go ahead and just accept the defaults and click on Create. Now once you have your virtual disk created, just go over and find it inside of the left window pane and double click it. Once the installation process does begin, you just go over here to the little folder icon and you're going to browse on over to the location for that Windows 10 ISO image that you downloaded earlier. We do this by just clicking on the Add button. Once you find your installation for Windows 10, just go ahead and double click it. Select Choose, and then you can click on the Start button. This will begin the installation for Windows 10 Pro. On this first screen, you can set your language, your time, currency, and your keyboard layout. I'm going to go ahead and accept the defaults for English, and I'm going to click Next. On this next screen, just go ahead and click Install Now. On this next screen, where it asks for the product key, if you don't have one, just go down here and click where it says, I don't have a product key. From here, you're going to select the version that you prefer. Now, the version that we want is going to be Windows 10 Pro. Click Next. Here we have to accept the license agreement. Go ahead and check that box and click Next. Here we're going to select the option for a custom install of Windows, and on this next screen, we're just going to click Next. This begins the Windows file copy process, and this will take just a few minutes. Now once the Windows 10 installation process finishes up, it will restart. Go ahead and let it restart uninterrupted, and it'll come back up and continue on with the installation of your Windows 10 virtual install. Once Windows 10 has restarted at least twice, it has installed the drivers that it needs, and it has installed whatever services are going to be required. You will be taken to the first screen, which allows you to select the region for which you want to operate this Windows 10 operating system. My region is the United States. I'll go ahead and click Yes. And is this the right keyboard layout? I'll go ahead and say Yes. And I'll say I do not want to add a second keyboard layout. We can go ahead and set this up for personal use. And we'll click Next. On this next screen, you can type in your email account that is associated with your Microsoft account. And once you've done that, you can go ahead and click Next. Now, you may be required to create an account, so don't be surprised if that happens. On this next screen, we're going to go ahead and type in our password. Now, I'm typing in the password for my email account that is associated with my Microsoft account. So I'm going to go ahead and use that password, and we'll click Next. Now, to help speed up the logon process, we can go ahead and create a PIN. So I'm going to go ahead and create me a PIN. This is just going to be 4 characters or 4 numbers. So I'll just type in those 4 numbers that I like to use. And if you want to include letters and symbols, go ahead and check that box. I'm going to click OK. Since this machine is going to be used only in a lab environment, I can turn off all these privacy issues. Once I have that done, I'll go ahead and click on Accept. On this next screen, you can choose to tell Microsoft how you plan on using this device, but I'm going to go ahead and just click on Skip. I won't need to sync this lab device with any other devices that I'm using that have Windows 10 running on them, so I'm going to go ahead and select No. I won't need to sync anything with my Android device, so I'm going to click just Next. I won't need to back up anything to the Microsoft OneDrive. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. I won't be needing a free trial for Microsoft 365. I'll go down here and click the button that says No Thanks. I won't need to be using Cortana for anything, so I'll just say not now. Now, once Microsoft has completed installation of all that it requires, you will be presented with the desktop. Now, the last thing we have to do before we get out of here, just go up to Devices, and we're going to mount the Guest Edition CD image. Go ahead and click on that. Once you've done that, just go to File Explorer, and we're going to go to this PC, and from here, we're going to double-click the CD drive that has our VirtualBox Guest Edition. Just double-click it. From here, we're going to select to run the executable for the installation of the Windows additions. We're going to go ahead and let User Account Control know that we are the administrator and that this is acceptable. Now we're just going to run through the wizard real quick. Go ahead and accept all the defaults. You have to accept the certificates. Go ahead and install. Once the installation of the Guest Editions has completed, go ahead and click Finish, and it will reboot automatically. Once Windows does reboot, just go ahead and hit Enter one time. Now you can type in your PIN. We won't be needing to do any Microsoft updating, so we can go to Devices. Let's go to Network, Network Settings, and we're going to change our network from NAT to Host Only Adapter. Go ahead and click OK. Now the idea of doing this is so that we isolate our Windows 10 machine inside of our lab environment. And the second thing is that we don't want to be pulling down any updates from the Microsoft site, as that's going to fill up this virtual disk partition that we created for Windows 10. If you would like to see Windows 10 full screen, then just go up to View, and you're going to select Auto Resize Guest Display. And with the Guest Editions installed, you will be able to go full screen, or you should be able to. Over here in the lower left corner, you will see that you do not have internet access. This is normal when you're using a host-only adapter. If for whatever reason you need to go to the internet, just go up to Devices, go to Network, Network Settings, change your host-only adapter to NAT Network. Click OK, and that will get you the internet access that you need. If you're asked if you want to make yourself visible to other networks, you can just say no. When you're done doing whatever you had to do on the internet, just go back up to Devices, go to Network, Network Settings, change your NAT network to host-only adapter. Click OK. Windows 10 may be used as your victim machine. If it's going to be used as a victim and it is configured for host-only adapter networking, then your attack machine also needs to be configured with its networking set to host-only adapter. And so that's going to conclude this short video presentation on how we go about creating a virtual install of Windows 10 using VirtualBox. You got questions, you have concerns, don't hesitate to reach out and contact your instructor, and I'll see you in my next video.